Good morning. It's Monday morning. I'm so glad to be with you today. Moving my, as I keep saying, my former newsletter to video format. Trying to do this on a more regular basis. And it's so good to be with you today. I'm so excited about it being Monday. If you like the videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please hit the thumbs up button that you like it, and if you would, share it to whoever you usually share your stuff to. I would appreciate it. Today I'm going to talk to you about something that's really exciting for me. I'll tell you what it is. I am always perplexed by the ongoing onslaught about how everything in America is racist. All the whites are racist and all this kind of stuff. Well, I want to share a little story with you that is just absolutely mind-boggling, and I think proof positive that that narrative is just a bunch of crock. My daughter last year in June and her husband moved to Kansas because he got a job, pretty nice job, a military contractor. He's a reservist, and it all fit together for him, and they were able to upgrade their lifestyle and move to Kansas City. Of course, we miss them terribly. 2 of our grandkids are with them, and 2 on the way, twins. But that's a whole nother story for another day. Well, my daughter tries to come back regularly, and because her husband had his reserve duty to go to, and he had to take a trip for business, it all fit together. So she drove down for the 4th of July. They both did, and he flew back and she stayed. And basically for the month, and my wife is going to drive back with her and then fly back after staying with them for a week in Kansas. So say all that to let you know that my 2 grandbabies are here, 5-year-old Laurel and 3-year-old Aiden. So they have been pretty good, and Momo, my wife, had promised Laurel that if she was good for some certain things, that Momo would take her to the store. Well, yesterday they went to Mass together, and after Mass they went to the store to buy Laurel a toy or something. And 2 things happened. First, let me talk about the family part. So exciting. While they were there, she was insistent to buy something for her brother, which just shows her heart is in the right place, that she is a loving person, she's a sharing person. That's a credit to my daughter, who is just absolutely raising her right. Which brings me to the second part, which is my daughter has signed her up to be in the Spanish-speaking immersion program for kindergarten, and Laurel got accepted. So starting this fall, she'll be in the Spanish immersion program, basically going to school speaking Spanish. And I'm excited about it because, you know, as an old saying, you know, if you hear somebody with an accent, they speak at least one language more than you. And I think being bilingual is so advantageous for people these days. And with her growing up, being able to speak Spanish and English, I think it's going to be just wonderful for her. With that having been said, let me tell you what she picked out to buy. She's a girl. She wanted a doll. They had this doll in a bathtub, and you hook it up with batteries, you fill it up with water, and it's got a little sprayer to spray the baby, and you know, it's a cute little toy. She picked out a dark-skinned baby. It just shows that she is oblivious to skin color. That's not important to her. She's not racist in any way. She's 5 years old. And it warmed my heart to realize that this is the future. If we let the future manifest itself without infecting it with some sort of insidious racist overtone, I'm just mind boggled by the fact that we take these impressionable kids, we put them in a school system, and then we tell them, oh, white people are bad, that we have institutional racism. Look, when this was exploding during the winter, my brother-in-law and I, and I say the winter, it was the spring actually, it was around Easter time, we went to pick up some crawfish to boil. It's a big deal in Louisiana that we boil crawfish, and you buy it by the sack, and they're live. And we had arranged to go across the river to pick up the crawfish. Well, we went over there, we met the guy, we picked it up, and we needed some ice. We went across the street to a gas station that had one of these little portable ice things where you put the money in and it pours out the ice for you. And so we pull up, and there's a truck there, and there's a guy getting out the truck, and he's an African American. He's dark skinned, he's black, okay? I don't know if he's, I hate to say African American because that puts all black people as being African in some sort, and he might not be. He might be from Haiti or somewhere. But anyway, so he gets out, and he comes up to us and just starts cutting up and being friendly, and y'all got yourself some crawfish? Y'all gonna have a big party? And I said, oh, are you? We had an awesome dialogue for 5 minutes while we were getting our ice with a guy we'd never met before, who's a different colored skin as us, and it was perfectly normal. And we got in the car, and I told my brother-in-law, I said, I really don't think we have a racism problem in our area. I don't know where the racism problem is. I think the racism problem is in the liberal areas, in California and New York, where they stoke the fire of racism. I hate to say that because I hate to put the finger at anybody, but we don't see it here. What we see is a community that gets together, that shares ideas, that loves our sports. The Saints. You go to a Saints game, it's all different cultures. They're just there to have fun. They're not pointing a finger at each other and yelling at each other because they're a different color. Now, when those fans come from Atlanta and they're Falcons fans, but it's not because they're black or white or whatever. It's because they're wearing red, and we're black and gold. We need to get off this whole idea that everything that goes on in America has a racial overtone. I just don't think it's right. I don't think it's correct. And so, when I get a prayer request, got one yesterday for a family here at the church. I know them well. Black family. The dad is getting over COVID. His daughter's got COVID. They're vaccinated. They got COVID anyway. I'm going to pray for them just as much as I'm going to pray for anybody else. I don't care that they're black. The fact that we even have to think about it as black and white is dangerous. But I think that's something that has value in certain contexts. Let me give you an example. If they're putting an all points bulletin out and we're looking for somebody that committed some crime, they have to give you a description. And if somebody's black or white, it's part of their description. You have to say that. Oh, well, why did you point out he's black? Because they're just describing somebody that we're looking for. You have to know what they look like. I think people sometimes, for whatever reason, are programmed to expect the worst when it comes to any distinction between black and white, where I think that distinctions should be a positive. I love it when we have a diverse group, where we have multi-cultures, people from different countries, different colors. I think it adds life to whatever we're doing. And I just pray and hope that in the future we move to that. Just like my little granddaughter, she doesn't care that baby, that my my wife bought her, his dark skin, doesn't matter to her. And the kids across the street and all around are, I think they're Muslim because the mom wears the thing over her face, and the kids are clearly dark skinned, and they're out playing. And when my kids come out, hey, how you doing? And the other little kid across the street waving, you know, they're looking to make friends. They don't care who they are. They're kids. They need kid friends. I just hope that we can see this as the future of our country. So the point of today is to point out that I think if we keep our youth somewhat innocent about all this racial overtones, and let kids be kids, and let them grow up as kids, and let them learn to love each other regardless of their cultural background or whatever, I think we'll have a bright future in the future, you know, for America. But we need to get over it as adults. And to get over it, we just have to be open-minded, peaceful people, and ignore those naysayers. They're negative people. So I hope this makes some sense. You know, we're always talking about ethics, spirituality, news. That's just a little personal news today, but it talks about the spirituality of people loving each other and living a life ethically, which is where we are good and loving to each other. Remember that commandment: love God with all your mind, all your heart, all your soul, and then love others as you love yourself, the two greatest commandments. With that, subscribe to the channel, smash that thumbs up button, share it if you would. God bless everybody. Have a wonderful day.